Say hi, Chica.
Hey.
Hey guys, coming at you from Michigan, where it's kind of a cold and rainy day, but we're doing a hike anyway, trying to get some miles in, get some of this post Appalachian Trail weight off. It's funny because, on the trail it seemed like we would never have weight on again, but it was pretty easy to put the weight back on when you're not hiking for 10 hours a day. Anyway, so we're hiking a couple hours today, and I thought we would talk a little bit about our book that we have coming out. We're very close to having it published, and so what we've created on our website, and we'll link to it in the description, is kind of a pre-order special, so that those who want to be first in the line to get this book can do that. So we've created two deals, and we'll cover those in a minute. But first I wanted to tell you kind of what the book's about and why we wrote it, and kind of what to expect with it. The first thing is the title, Thru-Hiking the Appalachian Trail, 100 Tips, Tricks, Traps, and Facts. So as we were hiking the Appalachian Trail, we had a lot of time to banter ideas about, and we always tend to, whatever we do, we always tend to think of it as, okay, now that we've done this, what would we have liked to have known as we were doing the research? We did that with Costa Rica, and we basically wrote books to help people who were going through the same thing that we were going through. So when we wanted to tackle a book together, our first thought was, okay, let's talk about all the things, all the questions we had that we had a difficult time finding the answers to. And we came up with 100 different things that we learned through our through hike. And that became the book. So we covered aspects like, what's it like being in a hostel? What are some of the rules that you need to follow and that you can expect to find? What are the shelters like along the trail? What kind of permits do you need, and what kind of rules are there in the national and state parks? A lot of times those areas, especially going through maybe the Smokies or the Shenandoahs or Baxter State Park, those are the areas that really cause a lot of thru hiker chatter because there's so many rules,
And stress.
and it creates stress. So we lay out what to expect in those areas so that you're not stressed. Anyway, it's 100 of our best tips about the trail.
Also in the tips, we talk a lot about planning, researching, and budgeting, handling your money and such for an AT thru hike, which for us was very important. We wanted to stay under a certain budget, and we did a lot of planning and research that was totally helpful before we started. And then we also learned a lot after we got going too.
So, we went into the thru hike not really being backpackers. We hiked a lot, but overnight stays, were limited to 1 or 2 nights, once or twice over, 23 years of marriage. So the thru hike, and I think most people who attempt one are kind of in that same boat. So if you look at the number of people who are attempting a thru hike with very little practical experience, and then you look at the percentage of people who don't complete their thru hike when they intended to, there's a nice correlation there. So we learned a ton successfully completing the 2,200 mile trip. And that's what we're sharing with you.
So we're offering 2 different options for our pre-order special. The first one is for $20. You get a signed paperback book by both of us, a photo of our choosing from our through hike, and that also includes shipping and handling. And the next option is for $30. You get all that, so the signed paperback book by both of us, a photo from our through hike, shipping and handling, and you also get a digital ebook copy of the book sent to your email in PDF form, and a bookmark handmade by me. And it's an AT bookmark. It's a soldered penny with the AT symbol on it. Yeah. So the reason we're doing this pre-order special, we have a goal of reaching 100 pre-order books, which is pretty lofty, but we'd really like to get there. And what this does is it will help us with our small costs that we have of self-publishing and having our awesome editor and a few other little costs involved with self-publishing the book. So there you have it. That is the pre-order special for you guys. We really hope you take part in it because it's cool. You get a signed book and you get some other free stuff, and you also help us. So it's a win-win all around.
And you get some great valuable information for you or for someone who's interested in the Appalachian Trail.
Also, just a minor note, this book was written by both Greg and I together. And as we mentioned in our last video, this is like the hardest thing. Very difficult to write a book together for 2 authors to write a book together. We both have our own books that we've done before. We have our own way of doing things. We're both kind of stubborn, independent-minded, and we have certain ways we like to do things. So it's been a really good learning experience for us to write a book together.
And we still love each other.
We still love each other. We're still together. Amazingly enough. You would not believe all the decisions that go into writing and publishing a book together, coming up with a cover and descriptions, formatting, how you want to do things.
So, writing the book, even though it was a challenge writing it together, one of the great things about it was it has kept us connected to the trail, even 7 or 8 months after we've hiked it.
Yeah.
And we've loved that fact. And I think once people buy it and interact with us online about the book, it'll continue keeping us connected to the trail, which is a beautiful thing because it was such an important part of our lives.
Yeah, for sure. So go pre-order the book, help us out. We'll touch base later, let you guys know how we're doing on our 100 book goal.
Well, we can already say that we sold 13 yesterday, and that was the first day. So that's pretty good. For those who do pre-order it, you can expect delivery by the end of June. We are, like I said, I don't know, what is it, May?
Almost end of May.
Almost into May.
Almost my birthday.
26. Happy birthday, Chica. She's been celebrating all month, by the way.
Yes, I have. Thanks to my dear hubby.
So you can expect delivery by the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully
you only
before.
have about a month to wait, and you'll have our eternal gratefulness.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Peace out.